Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video, which is a very special video. As you can see, I have this giant 20 by 20 inch canvas in front of me. It is huge. It's got a scrapbook layout on it, 12 by 12, and I am so excited to work on this custom commission. It's full of such special little details that I cannot wait to come to life. So let's get right into it. To work on this commission, I'm going to be using acrylic paint / Posca pens for this, so I'm starting by shaking it out, and I love to use pink as a background. It's just a light color, but a bright color that makes the perfect base, and I switched angles, so I'm actually up on my easel today, so the girl with the pearl earring is just going to be staring at you in the background, but that's okay. So I'm starting off and working on this background first, and I'm filling everything in using a paintbrush to make a more painterly effect with everything. That's the style that I like a little bit more, to make it look painted and not so drawn. So I'm basically using the Posca pen to supply the acrylic paint and then still painting it with a paintbrush. While I'm painting the background of this painting, let me give you guys a little bit of backstory. So my mom's birthday is in February, and for her birthday I made her a similar 20 by 20 inch canvas with a 12 by 12 inch scrapbook. She's a scrapbooker, she's really good at it, and she really enjoys doing it. So I feel like this would be a great present, and it even includes a little place where you can put in your own pictures, so that you can put your own pictures in this painted layout page that I've made. So she posted her birthday present on Facebook, and then a couple of her friends really liked it. So one of her friends reached out to me and asked if I could do a custom canvas for her, so that's what I'm working on now. Her name is Nicole, and she's my mom's best friend, so this is a really special canvas that I get to work on for her. And now I'm working on the ruler. So as you could see, the ruler is completely see-through, so I'm using some water to kind of make the ruler look translucent, make it look like there's a reflection on it, and to make it look like you can still see through it, which is really fun, and I really enjoy doing techniques like this. And then after that, it was time to just continue filling in all of the pink on the canvas. I want to make a completely pink base for me to work on, and so I can start filling in other colors, but this just gives me a really good place to start. And even though I used a lot of special magic editing, this takes a long time to fill in the background completely, so I'm working on this, just painting the same color for quite some time. But I finally got to the end of it, and it's looking really good already, and having the pink mapped out helps me. If you're wondering why the bottom is so messy, this is why. But anyway, here we go, and now I'm also painting the sides because I am a professional, so we have to paint the sides. But now it's time I get to start working on some of the details. One of Nicole's requests for the painting was that I included one of her water bottles. She loves these Owala water bottles. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing the name wrong. I've heard it from my mom, so I'm gonna blame her for that if it's wrong. But my mom showed me this water bottle that she has that matches a bottle that Nicole has that has their names on it. It's super cute and fun, so I thought that this would be a really cute water bottle to add into this painting. So it's this purpley pink deep color, so I'm trying to recreate that by mixing in a deep pink color and then also adding in some purple to kind of tone that pink down a little bit so it's not so harsh. And this water bottle has a lot of fun colors on it. It's got this bright aqua type of blue that I got to use, and it also has orange on it too, so it just combines like a whole bunch of fun colors, which is an artist's dream to get to use that much color on a single item. So this was a lot of fun to draw. The lid is also purple, but it's much more of a true purple than the base of the cup is, so I'm using some black to add in some shading and dimension to everything. And then I'm also using 2 shades of purple to try and create the purple that is on the lid. So first I'm putting in all of the dark shadows and things like that, and now it's time to add in the top and the side of the cup that are most hit by the light. So I'm using this lighter purple to add in a little bit more light, and then adding in that deep purple to really make sure it has a really strong purple color. And I had to go over this water bottle quite a few times because I used too much water the first time, so I had to let it dry so that I could redo it again. But this gives me a great base to start with, so right now we have a purple color that we can work with for the future, and I'll go back and touch it up later. But for now, while we wait for that to dry, I'm going to suck up some paint with this paintbrush, and then we are going to go over to this paper punch that I made. So I kind of made up my own butterfly punch. I looked up some of the Creative Memories butterfly punches, and I couldn't find one that looks like this. I wouldn't doubt that there is one, but I just couldn't find it. So I decided to kind of make my own butterfly punch and try to create it. So first I'm just starting off and putting in some blue, and I'm not doing details for any of this yet. I'm going to do kind of what I did for the background and just put a base for every single color on this. So I'm starting with blue. Now I'm doing a tape runner, and I'm also using some water to thin this out because the tape runners are a little bit translucent and see-through. So I really want to add detail later that makes it look like you can see through the tape runner. And now it's time to color in the scissors blue as well. I really liked that there was so much blue in this painting because it really helped to connect everything together and give me solid colors, helps your eye bounce around from color to color, and helps everything be a little more connected and cohesive. There's blue at the top, the bottom, the middle, and now I'm putting blue down here on this little glue pen, and then I put a little blue on the bottom and spread that out because this is also kind of see-through. And then after that, it was time to go back and work on the water bottle some more. So I'm going ahead and using my same strategy as before, but this time with hopefully a little less water. So I'm waiting for it to dry, and then I'm going ahead and just adding in different layers of purple, adding in some darker spots, some lighter spots, trying to create some shading and dimension and to make it look like it's 3D and that it's circular. So that's what I'm working on right now, and I think it's working out really well. There's just a couple more spots I want to touch up on the top. So that's what I went ahead and did, just made sure it also really was a vibrant purple, and I needed to include some orange on the side. And now it's time to work on the actual layout part of the scrapbook, which is really hard to design. I mean, scrapbooking includes art and math. It's very challenging to create layouts for me. I tried to get my mom to help me create some, but she wouldn't do it. So here I am trying to make up my own, and it's really fun, but it is really challenging. So for now, I'm going in and outlining where the photos are going to be, where you can put in your own photos for this, and I'm making sure I have thick, bold lines. That way your picture really fits inside of it, and you don't have to worry about lining it up perfectly. There's a lot of room to put your photos into the lines. So then after that, I decided to use a piece of paper as a straight edge. That way I would really make sure the lines were all straight and they looked like they could all go together, were nice and neat and not too crazy or chaotic, and that really helped. And now it's time for these bright, bold colors to go in and really make the design. So I had little details in this page layout, so I'm coloring them in with this aqua blue color. I really love this color, and I love that it was on the water bottle because now I get to use it in other parts of the painting too. So I'm coloring in these little half circles that I made as well to be part of the page layout and just to add a little bit of decoration to the page. So I'm coloring those in this same color to really add a lot of color in there. And then I have pieces of paper spread around the entire painting. So I'm going ahead and coloring in all of those pieces of paper, all of the colors that I've used in the scrapbook layout to make it look like they're the paper that you are using in your scrapbooking project. I'm not sure if that made sense, but hopefully you're following along. And now it's time to color in these butterflies. So I wanted it to look like the butterflies came from the punch, obviously. So I made all of the butterflies the same size, and now I'm coloring them in a whole bunch of different colors. So this was really fun and added a lot of color and brightness to the entire painting. My cat Frosty came by and I had to leave his little legs in. It was so funny. And now it's time to continue coloring in the butterflies. So I used dark purple as well to kind of add in a contrasting color to this, and I love how the butterflies look and that they're all over the paper and all over the page. I think they are so pretty and added in so much detail and color and fun. So I'm also using the same method to make it look like the butterfly is underneath the ruler a little bit, which was also a cool detail and touch. And then after that, I was finally done coloring in the punched out butterflies, but I have to finish coloring in the actual butterfly punch. So I have this special metallic silver Posca pen I used to color that in, and I used the same silver to color in the scissors and one more layer over the butterfly to really make it stand out. And now I can finally start working on the details for this painting. So I'm going in and starting on the punch first and adding in some shadows and shading to that. And now it's time to go over to the tape runner, just adding in some base shading for now, and then I'm going to add even more details to this one later since I want it to look really detailed and cool and like it's translucent and see-through and I can see the little gears inside rolling the tape around. So then after that, it was time to go down to the last little blue section at the bottom here, which is the glue pen. So I'm adding in a little bit of dimension to this as well. And now I'm taking a break to show you guys this print that I've made of a mini album scrapbook. So it's 8 by 8, and you can put your own pictures inside of this too. I know custom art can be pretty expensive, so here is a print option if you want one of these as well and you love scrapbooking, or somebody you know does. It would make a great gift. But here you go, and I'll leave the link in the comments and the description so you can shop them if you want on my website. But now it's time to go back to this painting. So now I'm working on the actual album part, like the part that is the cover, you know, the actual scrapbook album that is holding all of the pages and layouts. So here I am coloring it in. I decided to make it match the water bottle to add a little bit of contrast to all of the light colors that we have going on, and to make it so the water bottle has a little matching partner. And then after that, it's time to add some dimension and depth to the actual pages of the scrapbook layout. I don't want them to just look like flat two-dimensional pieces of paper. I want them to have in some contrast and some color in there. So I'm adding in this off-white kind of ivory to really add in some shading. I added a thicker line of brown to make it look like there was a crease in the middle of the scrapbook layouts in between both pages. And then after that, I just added in shading everywhere to really add in some depth to this. Now I'm working on the tape runner, which I forgot to film, but you can see me holding it. Added some darkness and contrast to the scissors, and now it's time to work on some bigger picture details. So for the pink background, it's pretty much all just pink right now, and we need to make it a little bit warmer, and we need to add in a little bit of shading everywhere. So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking a darker pink and adding in shading, and now it's time to work on the ruler details, which is a really cool and fun part of this painting. I took a black pencil pen marker, wow, it's a marker, and now I'm adding in lines throughout the whole thing to make it have all of the details that the ruler does have, which is a really cool detail. And now it is time for my absolutely favorite part of painting, and you probably can guess what that is if you've been here long enough. It is the sparkles, the highlights, the final little touches that really make the whole thing magical. So you know, for my style, I love to add in sparkles. I love to add in that little magic touch and element. So I'm adding sparkles and highlights all over this entire painting to finally complete it and make it finished. And this just adds the cherry on top for me. I think it turned out so beautiful. But here is the completed painting. I think it is so cool. I love the colors in it. Her favorite color is actually pink, which is amazing because it is definitely pink. I love the butterflies all over it. I love that she included her special emotional support water bottle. It is super fun and super cute, and I'm just obsessed with this. Let me know what you think, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!